This year marks the assembly of a new team of city officials. In this edition of Spotlight on Bowling Green, we'll sit down with Mayor Bruce Wilkerson and the Board of City Commissioners to learn more about what they have planned for this new term in office. Having lived in Bowling Green since the 1970s, Bruce Wilkerson has served the community for much of his career with the Western Kentucky University and Bowling Green Police Departments. Mayor Wilkerson was originally elected as a city commissioner in November 2006 and as mayor in 2011.
When I decided to run for election for the commission in 2006, I thought bringing together the two aspects of my experience, both 20 years in the city government and then the experience I had in the private business world, I thought was a unique blend which would bring a perspective that I thought would be helpful to the city. Bowling Green to me is just the perfect size community. It's large enough to have those amenities that people are looking for when they want to settle down, but yet it still has that small town atmosphere where you know your neighbors, you know people everywhere you go. It's a can-do town. They like to pull together to accomplish things as a group, and to me it's very rewarding to be associated with that mentality. I've been trying to bring together an atmosphere that I felt like would be conducive to moving the city forward. Even though we may disagree or may have different opinions, we can still go out and eat supper together and enjoy ourselves. Budget management is always going to be our top priority. How do we best spend the money that we take in the form of taxes and licenses and fees? It's very difficult to tell people no. It's very difficult to choose between competing interests, but that's part of our role, is to find out what we can do as a community that betters the entire community, perhaps not necessarily a particular special interest group. I plan to try to work together as a team. Many people in the community, sometimes they fail to recognize that we're a city manager commission form of government. The city manager actually runs the day-to-day show or operations of city government. The mayor's not actually in charge. So our Board of Commissioners provide direction, discipline, policy, and budget. And as mayor, you're the chair of that board. So I try to create an atmosphere of openness and a teamwork atmosphere where we all work together, even though we may not agree on specific goals along that path, that we'll all work together as a team to make Bowling Green the best community it can be.
Joe Denning was born and raised in Bowling Green and is deeply rooted in the community. The High Street High School graduate spent much of his career as a Bowling Green police officer and a Kentucky State Trooper. Commissioner Denning was originally elected in 1990 and has served 20 non-consecutive years in office, including 9 months as the first African-American mayor of Bowling Green.
I was on the Bowling Green City School Board as an elected official citywide for 18 years. I have been in public service majority of my adult life, and I enjoy it. Bowling Green is a place where anyone can move to and raise a family, not have to worry about high crime rate. We have good school systems, higher education opportunities at Western Kentucky University. So I think we as a city have all the pluses going for us. 70% of the revenue coming into the city of Bowling Green comes from the occupational tax. We're so dependent on occupational tax. In other words, a tax that comes from individuals working in the city of Bowling Green. We have to do everything that we can to work with Chamber of Commerce, who has a contractual obligation to the city of Bowling Green and to the county of Warren to bring jobs into the city of Bowling Green. So we're always looking for job opportunities, new companies, expansion of present industries, which in turn provide occupational tax revenue. If we're going to continue to provide the services that we are expected to provide to the citizens of this community, then we've got to make sure we have the income coming in order to do that.
Born and raised in Warren County, Melinda Hill knows the value and importance of serving her community. After leaving Bowling Green to attend college, she returned to contribute to her hometown. With over 30 years of business experience, Commissioner Hill is currently the Manager of Advancement in Community Relations for Hosperis. She was originally elected as a city commissioner in November 2011.
Currently, I'm the chairman of the Convention Center Board as well as the JDIP Committee Job Development Incentive Program, and I've really enjoyed being chair of these committees because it gives me, for JDIP, an inside look of the companies looking to come to Bowling Green and approving incentive packages for those companies. And I've really enjoyed serving on the ITA Board of Directors because one of my former jobs was being the vice president of the ITA, and that was during the time when the Trans Park was just a vision. So it's really great to be a part of this board now and see the Trans Park thriving and what a great asset it is to this community. One of my favorite things about Bowling Green is the people, and it seems like everyone has a caring attitude and wants to help each other. And we are now large enough to give people lots of things to do, but still have the small hometown feel. Over the next 2 years, I would really like to focus on working closer with county government and for us to work together and see if there are any opportunities where we could possibly combine services or just look for ways where we can save our taxpayers money. Let's both have an open door policy and look for ways to improve both the county and the city. One of the biggest challenges that I've faced is pleasing people. I realized really quickly that I'm not going to be able to please everyone. So my goal is if they don't like the way I voted on one particular project or ordinance or municipality, that they do like the way I vote the next time. But when I look to vote, I try to take everything possible into consideration and weigh out where is it going to impact the most people for the betterment of the citizens of Bowling Green. So I do try to use that philosophy on what is best for our entire community.
Rick Williams has been a Bowling Green resident for over 50 years and attended Bowling Green Public Schools and Western Kentucky University. Rick is employed by Jim Johnson Nissan Hyundai of Bowling Green, where he works in community relations, sales, and leasing. Commissioner Williams was originally elected in November 2012.
I spent about 30 years, actually a little better than 30 years, running businesses, and that's where my background is. A lot of marketing and advertising. I'm big on communication, so I try to work the communications aspect into everything that I do. I want to make sure that we communicate very well with the general public and with each other. I am appointed by the City Commission to serve as the representative on the BGMU board. That's Bowling Green Municipal Utilities, and I enjoy that very much. I also have spent a lot of time and am very proud of my service to the board of Friends of L&N Depot, where we restored the old depot here in Bowling Green. Now it's a great tourist attraction and I think a real gem for this community. I think maybe you've heard the old saying, I wasn't born here, but I got here as quick as I could. That's kind of the way I feel about Bowling Green. Some people will say, I love Bowling Green, and it's hard not to. You come here, you visit, the people are just so friendly, and it has such a can-do attitude among all the people that are here. If Bowling Green really wants to do something, they find a way to get it done. And that's one thing I'm very proud of about this being what I call my hometown. I think the public has pretty well demonstrated that they're happy with the direction that this commission has taken them. We have a great staff here with the city of Bowling Green, and they've taken on the challenges of trying to work within the parameters of the financing that is available to them. In other words, living within our budget. And I think we've done that very well, and I think that's really where the people want us to keep on going. We'd all like to have new things, but we have to weigh the benefits versus the cost on each one of those things. With everything that you do, you're going to make someone unhappy. But the key to that is to always be fair. If you may not be able to please all the people all the time, but you can always be fair. So we try to take a look at the best options, both financially and physically, and make what we think is the best determination that's going to be the fairest to all the people. my plans for the future. I'd like to see us continue along that pathway. But by the same token, I want us to look at things that will continue to make the quality of life in this community better. I want people to want to live here, want to retire here. And we've been fortunate enough to have been ranked by several national publications as a great place to retire, a great place to live. I'm proud of that.
Following her graduation from Western Kentucky University in 1982, Supera Jen decided to make Bowling Green her home. She has formed close ties to the business community and has had a long history of volunteering. Commissioner Jen was elected November 2014 and is serving her first term in office.
I work for Western Kentucky University. I provide workforce training solutions to business and industry in the region. As far as volunteer, I'm very active with the Chamber of Commerce as an ambassador. I have also worked with United Way. I served on the CASA board for a number of years. I'm always looking for ways to kind of give back. What inspired me to run for city commissioner is the fact that I love Bowling Green. I have a real passion for Bowling Green. I want to be a part of the exciting future that I see is happening here in this community. I'm very active in the community, and I want to be even more active in the community. So, Bowling Green is a wonderful place to live. I've raised my family here. It's our choice to be here, and I just want to leave something more than I received. The one thing that I really admire, because I do work a lot with the chamber and other quasi-governmental agencies, everybody works together. It's a team. The leadership at the university, the leadership within the county, within the city, within the economic development, within the chamber. It's a team. It's a team effort, and it's a high-quality team. Anytime you're growing something, any organization that's growing is going to have challenges. You're always going to have challenges with finances. I don't think there's a community that can say we have all of the resources we could possibly ever use. So that's always going to be a challenge. How do you finance the initiatives that we have across the community, because we want to grow. So part of what I did put on all of my business cards and all of the literature is community growth, financial responsibility, and I will try my best to really live up to that. I'm very excited about getting started, and hopefully I'll be able to contribute back to the community that's really done so much for me.
If you would like to learn more about this or any other Spotlight on Bowling Green program, contact City Hall at 270-393-3000.